Well, there's an old saying, a good story is only as good as the villain. And while we love the Tales heroes and the heroines of this franchise, there is really no shortage of villains that keep it going as well.
They range from sympathetic to downright irredeemable, and sometimes both. They are the driving force of the stories in the Tales of series, and they give our motley crew a reason to save their world.
But for right now, we're going to tell all of those heroes to step aside, because as of this moment, we are going to gaze upon the antagonists and evildoers. This is the Brotherhood of Gaming's Top 10 Tales Villains. Sala and Toma from Tales of Rebirth. Both Sala and Toma are members of the Four Stars, and both are especially brutal. First, there is Toma, a minotaur-like creature. His actions alone brought great misery to a party member named Hilda. Even worse, he is also a racist, and has a huge hatred towards the Huma, and believes fully in the superiority of his own race, the Gujima. Sala, meanwhile, is someone who delights in the suffering of others, especially the game's hero, Vague Lungberg. His tall, frail appearance along with his sinister attitude makes him quite disturbing to the heroes. These two deadly enemies are pure opposites from each other in terms of appearance and fighting styles, but both are deadly threats to Vague and his cohorts.
One of the most memorable secondary antagonists in our opinion, Hyades was the brother of Chazelle. When her family was under siege, she sought his help only to find out that he had conspired with their enemy the whole time, for a selfish move for power. In the end, it blew up in his face. No, like, seriously, it blew up right in his face. But his treachery had only started. He was brought back as Neri's right-hand puppet, and he did his job well, as he not only stalks our heroes to try and kill them, but when he needlessly destroyed Meridy's hometown of Iman and brutally murdered all of the town's people, the players had come to know and love, including the children. He also is one of the hardest enemies in the game, and can wipe you out quickly. Thus, along with an irritating voice, which is like nails on a chalkboard, he is an evil bastard, who deserves to be put down, like a dog. What can you say about an 18-year-old girl who is also a sadist?
I don't know, how about awesome?
She delights in causing pain and suffering. She looks at people she hurts as her own property. The childish glee she gets out of it is pretty unnerving, from using others as her own personal couch and destroying her servants if they do not meet her standards. She definitely leaves an impression on the protagonist of the game, especially Marta. And it is even worse, when she keeps acting in a cute, innocent manner. Not to mention her bizarre use of nicknames. Despite her creamy appearance, Lady Alice is cruel, brutal, and punches those who get in her way. And she loves it.
You don't need to have world-ending power or be the final boss to be a memorable douchebag. Case in point, Grand Maestro Mose from Tales of the Abyss. At first, he is very similar to Grima Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings. In the right ear of the King of Kimlaska, Mose encourages war and does everything he can to prevent the party from interfering. Dedicated to the fulfillment of Yulia's score, he will stoop to anything in order to see it through, including kidnapping, backstabbing, and downright murder. And that is not all. He also, well, you will have to wait for when it's Tales of the Abyss's turn in the retrospective. In the meantime, take our word for it. Mose is a true slimy character, and one you will love to see get his ultimate comeuppance.
I can feel it surging within me. So this is the power of Yulia.
Cold, emotionless, dark. Those are the words best used to describe Schwartz. And overwhelmingly powerful. Her plan is simple and straightforward. Return the world to darkness. It is a common goal of villains in this franchise. To them, the best way to fix the world is to destroy it and change it back to the void of nothingness. No emotions, no pain, no suffering. And that is Schwartz's plan. She first starts to work on the members of Legendia's heroes by whispering in their ears, trying to convince them to do the wrong thing. When they resist and confront her, we find that Schwartz is a combo beast with dark powers. Schwartz is a straightforward bringer of death, and the direct approach is usually the best.
Side stories and escort titles can also provide us with some creative antagonists. Case in point, Gaeta from Radiant Mythology 2. Born from negative emotions and humans, Gaeta was stuck in an endless cycle of suffering. Thus, it produced a huge resentment for the human race. Gaeta is a person who feels that he has no place in the world and that his life has no meaning. And worst of all, no one would accept him, which makes him a great antagonist for the Defender, aka you, the main character, of the Radiant Mythology series. The Defender is all about being accepted and making friends, so of course, Gaeta feels that he must kill you in order for his suffering to end. Alright, that's a bit extreme, but his obsession to end his loneliness is quite understandable. Feeling alone is terrible, so it's understandable why it would drive anyone insane.
Okay, we admit this is cheating a little bit, but the 6 god generals from Abyss are all so damn cool, with distinct personalities, not to mention kickin' names. Aretta the Wild, Largo the Black Lion, Lagretta the Quick, Dis the Reaper,
The Rose! R-O-S-E, Rose!
and of course, Ash the Bloody. They follow Van Grants, the main villain of the story, and intend on accomplishing his goal of destroying Lorelei and creating a whole new world. And they all have their own reasons to do so. They're also personal rivals to the main cast, increasing the personal animosity. Motivated by hatred, anger, jealousy, and loss, the 6 god generals are each an awesome confrontation, almost just as much as the main villain, which is why we included them all in this list, because altogether, they function as one awesome unit.
Feel my power! Ride in the flames of hell! Brimstone Tempest!
A forgotten assassin from age gone by, Barbados was resurrected for one single purpose: to murder the cast of the first Tales of Destiny. And he makes pretty good on his word by killing Stan. After holding a child hostage, that is. Spoilers. Considering that he actually succeeded in killing one of the main characters of the series is a claim to fame that many other Tales villains can only dream of. Barbados is a complete a-hole, a traitor, a madman, and a killer. And like any good villain, he does not see himself as the bad guy, but as the hero, trying to restore the world as it should be. Well, at least in his own mind. Barbados truly believes in his own superiority and is the guy worth taking down. Oh, and he really does not like items.
The Demon King of Phantasia. The first and arguably most recognizable bad guy of the Tales of series, you can make a strong argument that he is the Sephiroth of the franchise. Daus is ruthlessness personified, willing to do whatever it takes to achieve his ultimate goals. Daus, once upon a time, was a kind ruler until a tragic war cost him his kingdom and the woman he loved. Now further, because of lies and deception, he was forced into the role of the villain of the world, which he accepted. He unleashes his hatred upon the world, believing he has nothing to lose. Daus became the prototype for the Tales antagonist. As evil as he is, he does have reasoning for doing what he does, making him somewhat sympathetic, as he doesn't want to really conquer the world, yet still not totally defendable in his brutal actions either. Also, he has one of the most badass moves of any Tales villain, Daus Laser! Haha, talk to the hand, bitch. Not to mention his awesome second forms. All hail the Demon King. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
hard to get more evil than the devil himself. The Dark One, he whose name must not be spoken. But in Eternia, it's Nereid, the god of destruction. The god of destruction is the puppeteer of the entire venture, manipulating Chazelle and using her to accomplish his ultimate goal, which is to change the universe back to the void of nothingness it once was, which in result, you can imagine would be devastating. Using Chazelle's hatred for the material world, he casts his shadow of darkness across 2 worlds. He even conquered the life and made a slave out of Regulus, who was once an ancient hero who had statues erected in his honor, but now was just a puppet for the devil to manipulate. Nereid is the ultimate evil, the liar pulling the strings, and once he is finally revealed after a number of twists and turns, it truly is a surprise. With his dark aurora, he is a force of nature, unredeemable, unrepentant, and nearly unstoppable, with only one desire: to kill absolutely everything, even the almighty God.
You dare defy God? What? This cannot be.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Now, of course, remember, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe and follow us on social media so you can keep up to date on new Tales of Retrospective episodes. And we'll see you in our next Tales of Retrospective episode, Tales of Eternia.